All right, so if you're watching this video and I've already uploaded it, then you can just skip through to the part where I'm speaking. So I'm just waiting for like some people to come in or whatever, but I'm expecting more people to see this after it's already been uploaded. But basically the reason why I decided to go live right now without saying anything is because I was actually in the middle of editing a video that I told you guys I was going to upload today, and clearly that didn't happen. I hope I don't look like complete crap because guys, bare face, bare face, my light is on in my face. But yeah, so anyway, so I was making a video, and of course my freaking laptop decided to like update itself because I've been having issues with my laptop, which is why I told you guys I have not been doing any videos where like you guys share your experience and then I put it on here, because it deletes stuff and it's happened. So I literally had just finished editing it, and then it decides to update. I was like, no, absolutely not. Make a live, whatever. So basically, for this video, I'm just gonna speak about what I spoke about in the video that deleted itself. First of all, I hope you guys are doing well during this crazy time. I know for me, like, I'm doing okay. I personally don't mind staying home because I always have things I could do, and I've become kind of like a homebody. I don't really care to go out like that, but I do like to at least get to walk outside. So I'm really hoping that they don't put us on lockdown over here completely, because I'll go crazy if I gotta stay in my house all day, every day. I'll go crazy. Other than that, um, I just kind of want to make a video about like how we are dealing with this whole thing that's going on. I know, like, I've spoken to a couple people who deal with anxiety in general, and this whole situation has just made the anxiety worse. So I kind of wanted to like talk about some things when it comes to things like that, because as most of you know, I understand how it is to have anxiety. I understand how it is to deal with depression and stuff like that. So but yeah, in the title, I thought I was sick. So last Friday, I thought that I was getting sick, and there's a point to the story. I thought I was getting sick. I started having like it was the weirdest thing. I was supposed to go out or whatever, and then I got out the shower, started getting ready. Then I was like, damn, I'm feeling kind of hot, you know? I'm feeling a bit warm or whatever. And then like I had these weird pains, like these muscle pains or whatever in the back of my neck and stuff like that. So then I started freaking out. So I almost started when I start having anxiety, I will start to hyperventilate, but I didn't really hyperventilate. I was just like, I was started to shake, like started getting shaky. And then I was like, no, no, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick because I don't want to end up being stuck in my house and stuff. And and the crazy thing is that the video I was going to upload for you guys that deleted itself, I had just finished talking about how I deal with anxiety when it comes to this situation, because people who deal with anxiety in general deal with anxiety in every aspect of life. So situations like this, people, you know, will have like a normal level of anxiety, but those who really struggle with anxiety disorder, your level of anxiety is a bit more out there that other people wouldn't understand. So I want to just kind of talk about like how exactly I deal with that. Like, how do I deal with having anxiety? How did I deal with the anxiety I felt when I thought that I was getting sick? So I tried to take care of myself, you know. I didn't really have any other symptoms other than that. I do have allergies, so my nose has been really runny, extra more than normal. But I just assumed that was just me because my allergies, this happens to me every year. But then like I told myself, all right, you know what, let me see what happens, let me take care of myself. I'm not gonna think about being sick. I'm not gonna let myself become anxious over that and start to obsess over being sick. I'm just going to let the days ride out, do what I have to do, and imagine myself not being sick. So that's what I did. And literally the following day, which was a Saturday, I woke up that morning. I still felt a little bit warm, but I did some stuff to take care of myself, like I took Tylenol and I had like warm things and stuff like that and steam or whatever. I literally went through the rest of the Saturday feeling completely fine. I told myself if I feel fine by the end of the week, like completely normal, then I'm gonna feel like, okay, maybe I'm okay. But I still have been in my house all week. So thankfully I feel fine. And I did not pray for that. So that's the thing. So there's like different things I want to really kind of pick at in this video. One of the things is praying. People always ask me, like, if you don't pray, then how do you deal with certain situations? Like, who do you speak to? So the way I dealt with the situation was, first, I didn't allow myself to have my anxiety get out of control. It was the first thing I did. I controlled my thoughts. That is something I'm very big on. I'm very big on controlling my thoughts. That's something that I try to tell people that they should do, is try to work on controlling your thoughts, because we have more control over our thoughts than we actually believe that we do. And so I worked on controlling my thoughts by controlling the way I was thinking when it came to how I was feeling when I became anxious, thinking, oh my God, what if I'm sick? I can't be sick. How am I going to take care of my kids? And my kids got to do schooling from home. And then now I'm working from home, and like, I don't want to be stuck at home. What am I going to do? So I just freaked out a little bit, just because the way things have been going. I mean, a lot of people have been getting sick here in New York. So I started to freak out, but I controlled my thoughts. That was the first step. So what you want to do if you're dealing with anxiety during a time like this, you want to really try to work on controlling your thoughts. And the way you do that is by stopping yourself in the middle of that anxiety you're having and think to yourself, okay, I could really be overthinking this. And by me overthinking this, I'm going to actually make what I don't want to happen happen. But what if I try to do opposite? What if I try to think positive about the situation? What if I try to think, okay, maybe I'm not feeling too good right now, or maybe I'm having some anxiety now, but what if maybe things end up getting better? What if I end up being okay? What if nothing happens at all? You can't just think, what if all the bad things happen? Yes, you have to be prepared. You have to be planned for it. But yeah, also think about the good stuff. You have to think about the positive that could happen at the end. And so that's the first thing. That's the first step I would say. And not just with the situation of what's going on right now, but in life in general, anything that causes anxiety, you really want to try to gain control of your thoughts, because I'm telling you, our thoughts have a lot of power. That's why I'm able to get through the stuff that I get through. There's stuff that I go through that I'm just like, it could completely knock me out. Like, I won't want to get up to get ready for the day. I won't want to go to work. I won't want to do anything at all. I'll just want to stay depressed in my bed. I have had those days, so I know what that's like. But when I learned how to start controlling my thoughts and really practicing on focusing on the way I'm thinking and like what I'm thinking, what my thoughts are, then I started to really see, like, all right, I could control more things than what I thought. Now, obviously this channel is about being a part of a cult and leaving religion. So you guys are a part of religion, or were a part of religion, or were a part of a cult, know that usually when it comes to religion, they teach you opposite. They teach you that you can't control anything. All control is for God. God controls everything. So that's the other part of my title. God allowed this. This is God's fault. Now, this is the thing. I personally don't believe in that. I do not. There are people who just give credit to God constantly and then give credit to Satan constantly. I'm not saying that we shouldn't give credit to God, but when it comes to situations like this, everything doesn't always happen because Satan made it happen or because God allowed it to happen. Honestly, human beings do things as well. People say that God gives us free will. All right, so then human beings have free will to do what they do to allow certain things to happen. So we got to give each other credit as well. I don't believe that this whole thing is because of the end of the world. I keep hearing and seeing people walk around with signs, talk about the apocalypse and the end of the world and Jesus is coming and you got to go pray and you got to go to church and all this stuff. They use situations like this to try and like make it seem like, okay, this is what's going on, so now this is what you have to do. And then that freaks people out more, because then people go around saying, oh my god, it's the end of the world, we're gonna go to hell, what are we gonna do, we gotta get it together. You know, people start freaking out. They start freaking out. They do this every time something happens, every time we hit a certain mark in the calendar, every time some big issue, some big thing that's caused by nature happens. You know, this always ends up being a thing. So for me, I just personally don't believe it, and like, I just want to share my personal thoughts in the most respectful ways possible. Um if you are one of those people, if you're one of those like Christians walking around telling people that they need to hurry up and pray and surrender and give up their life to God because Jesus is coming and all these things, please just stop. Like, I understand that you're trying to share your faith. I'm all for it. If I can share my belief, you can share yours. That's not my point. It's just, you're scaring people and it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, it's not a good way to try to get people to join your religion. And I know, because when I was a Christian, I used to believe the same things. I used to be one of those people. I didn't walk around telling people you're gonna go to hell, but I was surrounded by people who did that. I was surrounded by people that went around and used certain situations to try to build fear in other people so that they could try to become religious or become Christian, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I call it religious, but Christian is what I mean. So like, that's something I just feel like people really need to stop doing that crap. I see it so much. I see it when I'm outside. I see it on social media. It's frustrating. Not everybody believes what you believe. Please just like learn to try to respect other people and stop trying to use certain situations to your advantage, because that just makes you look manipulative, and that's a problem why a lot of people don't want to be Christians, because that's what a lot, not all, but a lot of Christians do, is that they try to manipulate and they try to, use certain tactics to try to get people to join them or whatever. So you want to use the situation and it's not right. So there's a lot of people out there that's dealing with anxiety. So now, what can you do if you're dealing with anxiety? How can you deal with it? How can you control it a little bit better? So first of all, you can control your anxiety. You can control you could gain control over your anxiety. It takes time, obviously. It's not overnight. I have been practicing doing it for years, a long time, because I've been dealing with anxiety since and depression since I was 12. So I've been able to learn how to better control it, even though every now and then, I slip up, but I know how to get back up and pull myself together, and that's basically all you have to do. So a good way of dealing with this whole situation is, first of all, we have to learn to have more gratitude. We have to learn how to be more thankful. I mean, I know people that's complaining, talking about, oh, I gotta work from home. Meanwhile, these are the same people that was complaining a week ago that they had to come to work. Like, come on, what do you want to do? Do you want to work, or do you want to work at home, or do you want to work in an office, or do you not want to get paid at all? Because there are people who just don't even have the opportunity. So if you have the opportunity to work at home, instead of complaining about the situation, try thinking, like, having a little more gratitude. Like, you know what? There are people that's on unemployment. There's people that got to deal with the whole process of trying to reach unemployment on the phone. So at least you're not one of those people. I feel grateful for that. So having gratitude and finding gratitude in every situation, any kind of situation, it could be negative, positive, whatever it is, especially a negative situation, you want to try to find gratitude. That's number one. Number two, you want to really use this time for you. Honestly, I feel like this whole thing is happening for a reason. I do feel like a lot of things happen for a reason. I do feel like this entire thing that's going on right now is going to teach a lot of people some things. I mean, there's people that are stuck in their house with family that they don't even want to be stuck in the house with. Now they're forced to be with them. And maybe during this time, those people can find a way to connect or get, reconnected. You can think of it in that way. You can find different things to do. I honestly, personally, I don't like the reason why this whole thing is going on. I don't like the fact that we are going through this, and that, people who've lost jobs and businesses have lost money, and people have lost lives and family members and loved ones. But the only thing I can honestly say that I do like about this is the fact that we're able to just chill the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're able to just calm the hell down and just relax and kind of recollect ourselves. We're able to say, okay, I'm not in a rush. Where I'm gonna go? The mall is closed. The stores is closed. The most exciting place to go to the supermarket. Honestly, guys, I've been in the house for like for all week long. I've been in the house, and I'm going to the supermarket on Saturday, and I'm very excited because I haven't gone anywhere at all. Like, that's how excited I am to just get out the house. So you want to just have a lot of gratitude, and you want to make sure that you're using this time for something. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now that you don't have anywhere to really go, maybe if you really want to get outside, go take a walk. Go start doing that little exercise routine that you've been thinking of doing in the park. Go and do something. Being in nature is really important. I feel like nature is something that we're supposed to enjoy from the jump. But we have materials, we have all these other things out in the world that's like, distracting us, so we don't see that. Now I go outside to walk my dogs, and I see a crap load of people walking, mad people walking outside. Even in the summertime, I don't see that many people. Today I saw a lot of people outside. So, because people are bored. We're being forced to live a certain way. We're being forced to slow down. We're being forced to calm down. We're being forced to relax. And you can use this time to do things that are going to help you. So I know a lot of you are dealing with like having to deal with healing yourselves, and just dealing with personal growth and things like that. Use this time. I have books to catch up on, so I'm using this time to read. I'm using this time to get more deeper into myself, to get more into the things that I love to do, like my writing, and like, I always talk about my writing, all these things. Whatever it is that you like to do, use this time. If you want to start working on personal development and healing yourself, use this time. This is a time that you want to really just work on yourself. The things that you always say you're too busy for, that you don't have time for, the ideas you have, whatever ideas you come up with, write them down and put it out there. I'm sorry I'm talking fast, because I really don't want this video to be long, since it is a live. So I'm trying to like, but I also talk fast in general sometimes. But use this time to do those things. Try to find the positive out of the situation. So I'll be honest, like, at first I didn't know how my situation was gonna turn out with my job. So I did kind of start to freak out. And then I was just like, oh crap, like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna have to go on unemployment? For how long? What's gonna happen with that? I started having all these thoughts, these things going on with me and Vernon right now. Like, I was just like, this is not the time for none of this. This is not the time right now. But it's all happening for some sort of reason for all of us. We all have something that can come out of this that could be positive. So you gotta try to find something that you think out of this could be positive. Spending more time at home with your kids, that could be a positive thing. I know my dogs are happy as hell that I'm home every day, because they get excited just when I wake up in the morning, because me and the kids are constantly here. No one's going anywhere. They're not going to school. I'm not going to work. They're happy. That's a small positive, but that's, for me, a great thing. So that's something that you could really just try to keep in mind. And when it comes to like praying about the situation, I do notice a lot of people on social media like, oh, I'm praying, we gotta pray, we gotta put God first, all this stuff. I think that that's cool. I think that that's something that, we should all be able to respect. If people want to put these posts on social media, I have noticed some people mock it and stuff like that. Even if you're an atheist, that's not an excuse. We can be respectful and stuff like that, but also at the same time, you want to be respectful, not to try to push your opinions and your thoughts and what your views are onto other people. So I am not praying about the situation. I'm be honest, I'm not sitting there with a Bible open praying that God erases this whole situation, but instead I'm putting out good positive thoughts and vibes because that is what I believe works for me. And I am praying not in a biblical sense, but I pray in a different sense like I did my one of my recent videos, I think it was. I meditate and I picture the situation being very different. I write about it, I imagine it, I envision it, I visualize it, and I want to see it come and manifest. I want to see it happen. That is how I deal with things. So it is similar to prayer, but just without, the whole worshiping and following a Bible and the Jesus aspect. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that is how I've been able to deal with the situation because that's how I deal with everything. When something happens, that's my way of praying. So, all right, I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm sorry, my like all in my face. I'm sorry. Yeah, my dogs are pretty excited because every time I leave I feel bad. They look like they're sad. They put their head down and they kind of just like, so I feel bad, but yeah. So anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, whether you're watching it now or you're watching this after I already posted it, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I apologize. I'm gonna really try my best to put out like as many videos as I can now that I am home. My days still are pretty busy, but I'm not as busy. I'm a little more available, so I do want to try my best. Just please try to hang on and try to bear with me, okay, with my busy schedule. But if you do like the video, do make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe if you want to subscribe. After this video is uploaded, I'll put the links to how to get in touch with me and everything down in the description box. And if you have any video request ideas, then do let me know down below, and I'll see you soon. Make sure that you always wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, stop playing because we need this thing to go away, okay? Love you guys all so much. See you later.